What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. In today's video, I want to tell you the way on how to get people to invest into the conversation, how to get people to get them to talk more about themselves, and for you to be able to know more about the person. So, without further ado, let's go on to the first point on what you have to do first is that you need to kind of break the ice. So, to break the ice with the people, with someone random you don't know, the first thing you gotta do first is you want to break the ice, and that is to compliment them. And the reason why I always emphasize on complimenting the person is because you want to make the person feel special. You want the person to feel like, oh, you're acknowledging something, and they feel acknowledged. Because everyone, no matter which person it is, everyone has a little sign that always says, make me feel special. And that's super true, because if you say something positive and you make someone seem super into something, or you just give them a really good compliment, they feel like, oh, and they brighten up a little bit, or maybe a lot, depending on the person. And that's really one of the key things, is that you want to break the ice by complimenting on the person on something, and then really to start a conversation right there, and then you just build a relationship and the human connection right there. So one of the things you gotta do is just really just build a connection, break the ice, compliment. And once you compliment, it could be on anything. It could be on like their hairstyle. They could do anything on like their clothing, or the way the stuff they have, like the bike or something like that. Anything like that. And once you make the compliment, then after that you use that as a connecting point to be able to get the conversation going and getting the other person to invest into the conversation right there. And that's really how one of the few ways on how to get the conversation going and to get the other person to invest is that you compliment them, and then you start asking questions. The person who asks the most question in the conversation is the one with the most power. So if you were someone that's always asking a lot of questions and the person is always answering, then the question asker has a more power, has more of the positioning, and also is in control, while the person who's answering is actually less in control and has less positioning than the person answering the questions. That's why when you ever hear someone, like especially successful people, always asking the questions back to the person who's always asking is always getting more value from the other person than actually giving value by answering the questions. So that's really one of the few things first you want to take into account, is that you want to ask the right questions and to be able to make it seem seamless, and also to really genuinely from the heart to really just build a connection with the person and see what they're up to and what they really like to do. So after you break the ice and you find a connecting point, and then you just start asking the questions. You could ask questions of like, oh, what they like to do, oh, where'd you get that, whatever the thing you just compliment on, and you just build it up from there. And then you want to find something that you could relate to and something that they could relate to in a way. It's going to take a ton of practice and a lot of things, because for me, I'm currently going through a challenge where I'm always had to compliment at least 20 people every single day. And just doing that every single day just brings you into the mood. You say, hey, you compliment, and then after that, if their time permits and they're not in a rush, you just start trying to build a conversation right there, and you just keep going and going and going. And once you start just doing that, it started to become more natural. You'll be coming to the phase where you feel uneasy, then you slightly get it, and then you become a natural at it. So that's the way on how to get people to invest in a conversation, is just asking questions. And if you ask the right questions and keep the conversation going, investing in it, and actually acknowledging that some of the stuff that they say, and then asking maybe a question or giving a statement about that, and then asking another question like that, then it will build it upon there, and that's how you get the person to invest into conversation. So that's my little video for you guys, and if you guys like this video, give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button down below. And if you like any of the ways that I mentioned on how to get the person to invest in a conversation, let me know in the comments box below. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.